Welcome to the Bold Analysis. I just want to give an update on what's happening so far. I have just arrived from Kenyatta National Hospital. I rushed in Kenyatta very early in the morning. I rushed in Kenyatta very early in the morning for some urgent medical attention there. Someone around me. So I think from what I saw, there is a bit of a lot of police presence in town. Of course, we went through the Mbagadi Way, the Bunyana Road, connect to the Nyayo, then Upper Hill, then Mbagadi Way to Kenyatta. So there is a lot of barriers there, inspection going on, but we were allowed to get through, even though I made observations of some few cars, or rather private, some vehicles really were turned away from even going through. So I don't know the ground of which some were being told not to go. Motorbikes also, I also saw a bit of it. Now, I want to share with you some photos here that I've just gathered. The collection of these photos is on what so far is going on. That I've seen citizens reporting that protesters are not in town, and I'm just wondering, is there someone who is in town who is branded a protester? Or is there something that you used to know this is a protester and this is not a protester? The photos you're seeing in a screen are photos that have been taken from town on the fact that I think police took over. Police took over the city in a bid to control the mass action in Nairobi. So I analyzed that yes, people have kept off, and what was said yesterday is that, and I'm seeing even leaders saying it's a normal working day, but they're tweeting from the comfort of their houses, talking about, according to them, what is happening. That is a working day, and people should go and work. From one observation I've made is that the businesses, quite a number, are closed within town, and it's because of that tension. I've always said that I think they have played into Raila Odinga's trap. Simple. Monday, Thursday is a holiday. Police is saying we've banned the protest, and the other team is saying the protest is going on. Even if no one is in town, that's already a ground to create, to bring the standstill. So people are in town, people are not, the businesses are closed, not because the protesters are in town, but businesses are closed because there is a looming standstill between the two. Last week, the narrative was very clear that Raila took people to the streets to destroy properties. So far, I have not seen people to the streets, in the streets, but businesses are closed. So I don't know what that kind of narrative will then move. I don't know what that narrative will turn into. And just to cap it all, I saw a video that has been shared by US by Rigathi Gachagua, your deputy president Rigathi Gachagua, that he went in the office as early as 5 to address the situation. He's really bragging, now the deputy president, I'm now taking charge. And we said that this was expected. After the police finding out you can successfully contain, you can successfully contain, anyone from getting to town. But I don't think you've contained the fact that maybe people are not in there. There's no one who's there's no business going on. And the same story of how much we've lost, I don't know if there is going to change to how much you've gained. The clear line that I think people are denying, and that's what maybe the earlier we come to terms with it, the better, is that it does not need, you cannot end the mass action by actually planning to stop it. The more you plan to stop mass action, the more you give opportunity for the organizers to continue planning. So even without it being executed, the planning, the counter planning schemes of both sides is just enough. The counter plans of both sides, the divide, is not enough. So there is something that we need to agree. I know that we are all in denial that, oh, Raila cannot call mass protest and he doesn't have the numbers. A lot of stories we're saying. But the truth of the matter here is the more you say cannot and the more you say you try to dismiss, the more you are giving the Hezimio wing time to organize. And just within that, I think the goal is getting achieved. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know many people are asking what's happening, what's your take? Many people are asking, Kevin, what's your take? The fact that there's a bit of slow presence, the presence of police in town or protesters in town is low. I think yesterday Raila Odinga shared a post and she did a very long statement. It was even shared by the ODM Facebook team and in his own Twitter that there were plans were underway to disrupt the Azimio protest. And in his own statement, he was saying that was akin to causing some bloodshed, and maybe that bloodshed will be blamed on Raila. But according to me, while of course the deputy president wing have not responded to that, not even the police. What we were actually waiting for is that immediately he said that the police would have then tried to pursue and try to look for him and tell him to report maybe and seek to unearth the truth. But that has not happened so far. But those are very weighty statements, or rather, those are very weighty allegations from Raila's side. And I believe that a leader in the caliber of Raila Odinga cannot just make a pedestrian talk. I don't think he's not a blogger. If those were to come from just naysayers here, then it would have come from someone. He doesn't need Raila to say it. Can always find other bloggers around, the Ramadalites to say it. But the fact that it came from Raila, they might have intercepted intelligence on really plans to maybe disrupt the Azimio rallies. Now, that has a risk of creating what, according to me, is just the chaos. Remember, the state has insisted for the last 1 week that Raila Odinga's mass action is just a plan to cause chaos so that we can be called to table. So they don't want that. Anything that will be peaceful, according to me, is against the anti-Raila team. Those who really against mass action do not want anything very peaceful. What they are also looking up for is just a bit of those chaos, so that it is with the chaos that you can be in a position now to create narratives against the mass action. So, to my understanding, probably Raila Odinga team realized that there would be that and decided not what, because that's what's happening, let's find you off guard. So we are not going to town. And remember, they did not even say location where people are meeting. They didn't say where people should meet. There was no statement on that. So they're just finding everything there. The police are going to be in town when they get tired and they spend all the money in the water cannons. Who is going, Sarah? You're going to pay those, spend a lot of money containing a non-existing protester in town. And probably it's a time to look at the strategy differently. So Raila could have taken a retreat since Ruto is away. And I said yesterday that Ruto is out for the 4 days. The intention of William Ruto is to create a confrontation probably between Raila and Rigathi, and that is not a discussion that's not something that Raila team would actually want to go for, because who is Rigathi? Rigathi is a deputy president. The person that has been in the context is William Ruto. So probably they've decided that, look here, let's just achieve the holiday, but we're not coming out, because if the protesters are to converge somewhere or anywhere, then what will be it? What will be nani wanaenda kutoa if Rais is not there? And even it is about petition. The president left the country and everyone else knows is not there. So who is going to receive the petition in State House? So probably I think Raila team also realized that they need to take that tactical retreat. Even in a war, you need to know when to hit and when to retreat. and everything must be guided by intelligence. And there is one thing that I'll try to look at. Now, Kibera team took a retreat, and I think there's a bit of messaging around what's going on. And I don't think it's a problem that people don't come out. I know it could be understood as if now it has been suppressed, it has been contained. But the beauty of everything here is you need to be very uncertain, because the truth of the matter here is the state machinery has been very ruthless. Looking at how last week it was handled, and they spoke, and maybe they were expecting anything bigger, you know, perhaps they were expecting anything bigger than what is there. Now, the withdrawal of security details has also been I've also dealt them a blow. And the reports that even those around those leaders and other Nini around Azimio could have been withdrawn. So we are waiting to look at how it pans out. But I think to be the fact that police are keeping vigil instead in CBD is just fine, because that's what the real estate wants. And in the next 2 days or so, we'll try to answer the question: have they suppressed the mass action by then blocking people, or maybe taking charge of town? And now that they're in town, are people going to town to work? You know, that's what people are saying. That's what people are wondering now. Hata mtu alifaa sasa aende afanye shopping town, nunue vitu zako huko. Who is going there? No one will go there. Unless they have to be withdrawn within town. And if they're withdrawn in town, that's when the media will close that police have been withdrawn, you'll see people driving their machines to town. Not even Uber guys can go to town now. So that's it. Let me come back with more update on this.